All right, looks like we're good to rock and roll. So, welcome everybody back to Live Scribbles with Jonathan. It's been a little bit. What I'm trying to do in the new year, trying to my hardest anyway, for a goal for 2014 anyway, is to have the live streams pretty religious, and that means that it always shows up when you need it. Honestly, though, I'm hoping to get the streams going from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right now, wherever you are, if you're watching the YouTube recorded version, that's okay. Just try to find the time zones if you want to make it in, and cool stuff. You guys know the routine. I'm not going to get too much into it. One thing that I did want to start doing, though, and I noticed my brother, he does a really cool stream for Magic the Gathering. Check that out at mtgblogger.com if you like Magic the Gathering coverage and stuff. But what he does is he kind of talks about some news. Now, he's dealing with Magic cards and stuff that's not really comics and illustration, but it's cool to just show you guys what I'm up to. See some quick things before we get into the whole actual show. So I'm just going to open up my browser here and just give you guys a little quick shot here of my website. It's a little congested on this mini monitor over here, but it's just jonathanrector.com. I have a couple articles up there I just want to talk about real quick. Guildborn in 2014. That's actually what we're going to be working on today for the next hour and a half around there, of just some character design, character concepts and stuff, but you guys can check that out. Basically, this article is talking about, trying to figure out reasons and the why of making your own personal project, and I don't know, you might like it, so check that out. Second one here is the 3-act structure of goal setting. So if any of you are familiar with writing scripts or just movies in general, how there's usually 3 acts, the beginning, the middle, and the end, how you could use that philosophy, the beginning, middle, and end, to set some personal goals for yourself and achieve them, hopefully. And the middle part would be your actual goal. So the beginning would be all the things you actually need to take. It's basically just finding out what it is that you need to do to hack away at the goal. And then the last one here, I got to check this out. I'm not sure why on my website it's not posting pictures, but I posted this last night on Facebook. And for any of you guys and dolls out there that are looking for commissions, I got them available now, so you guys can check that out. Email me if you'd like one. I got some traditional and digital versions available, so check that stuff out. Other than that, there's not too much going on. Still working on the standard, still hammering away at that. I do have a role-playing book that I've been commissioned to do that I told you guys a little bit about in the last year actually, and we're definitely going to be doing more of that, and I'll show you guys some more of that stuff as it shows up. So Let's get some pretty pictures drawing. So this character here, for those of you that aren't familiar with Guildborn, it's going to be a graphic novel that I'm going to do. I'll release it as I don't want to say a web comic, but I will be releasing it online for free. How much of it, I'm not sure. Most of it, I want to say, I want to have all of it online. But we'll see once it happens. I still need to make the book, and I'm not being too strict right now. I'm just leaving it kind of open for what's it called here, just to come up with some designs and ideas, and not really tie myself down too much just yet. That stuff will be coming soon, for sure. But I should say as well, for everybody else that's here, this show is for you guys and girls, so if you guys have a comment or a question or something maybe I can help you with, by all means make an account on LiveStream, toss it in the chat, and I'll do my best to help you out. Alright, so I have no idea what we're going to draw right now. Just figure something out. Let's go to our pencil. So I don't know. Usually, how I've been doing this sort of thing when I'm designing these characters and stuff, it's a fantasy style book, maybe even a little bit Final Fantasy, where there will be, like, I don't know if I want to have guns and stuff in there, but definitely magic and some gear, like some chunky gear and stuff. But it is fantasy, so some of the characters I've already done are just kind of like a thief, a rogue, all that stuff. I haven't really done a mage, except for this girl here. She was mostly just like a test in a different style than I normally work in. So I'm just trying to think of just things that come to mind. I had an idea today of a character that uses candles to do something, and I don't know how the hell that would work, but maybe we can just start putting together just some gestures here of like some poses. candle monger or a candle weaver or something like that. I'm not quite sure how that would really work out. For casting spells. Oh, Will. Dun, dun, dun. So here, just building this stuff out. I have an idea already where we're going with the pose. It's pretty simple here. For the feet, maybe we'll do some like perspective here, like that. Similar to this girl here. Her perspective. Figure we'll do something similar. It's a cool looking perspective. Usually seems to work, but we'll bring the legs in a little tighter. Maybe. We're in Manga Studio 5 too, I should point out, for those of you that do have the questions about it. I find myself going into this to do pencil sketches, and like right now I have an actual Guildborn sketchbook, which doesn't mean anything other than a bunch of pages you can see on the left here of just things that I open this up whenever I have something that I just want to start a sketch in, and then just start hammering it away in here. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll do, so I'm just going to try to build a hand here. I get kind of gnarly fingers, and he'll be holding a candle. Let's try to get the perspective on the candle here. Maybe he's got the wax coming off his fingers and stuff. Actually, that'd be kind of cool if this guy's like a mage or something, but needs candles to activate the magic. So he'd probably have like wax and stuff always on his flesh and stuff. Alright, so if his hand's coming over here, we gotta have his forearm pretty wild. I posted on Facebook today. I don't know if anybody in the chat room you guys saw. I know a few of you did, Will especially. I posted something about this guy's website. He was talking about The Incredibles and talking in regards to what is it called, composition and the rule of thirds. Like this is just paraphrasing. It's like, let's say you had a widescreen shot, or in our case comic panel, and what you would do is you divide it by thirds. I believe this is a photography term, or it could be cinema. I would assume camera right at the beginning. And most of the time, just say it's like a character shot, their eyes or their face would line up in one of these two. So you could have like this guy here anyway, right? We've got his face right here, and his eyes would be right in there. And we could put the pose that he'd be in with the candle. And then what you would do is now you could start putting some stuff maybe in the foreground here, like a bad guy or something. And it just looks good. But I don't know if you guys, the reason I'm asking is there's a book that he recommended. I think I'm going to try to pick it up. I didn't check the price just yet. But I was going to check it out, and I think it's excellent. I highly recommend it just because it was just this huge post. I'm going to make an article for it, excuse me, either this week or next week. And I'll post it on my site and I'll let you guys know about it. Just kind of going over why you should check it out. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. That guy or girl did all that work already right in the article. I'm not going to write a better one, so I may as well just send you guys that way. But there's a book that they recommend. I think I definitely know it's an animation book, and it had some really cool things, and it's really awesome for I think comic book work, because what we do, arguably, a lot of people relate it to storyboards, and I could see why. Not 100% storyboard. Like if you're a storyboard artist, I find that you do have an easier time going to comics. But there's a lot of cool little rules in there and stuff that you can apply to your I don't know. I'm going to check it out, see how it turns out. It works for me. I'll report back to you guys. But I'm just wondering if any of you in the chat you guys have actually looked into this kind of stuff on your own, and if you have, how that's worked out for you. This guy's got a cape on one arm. What kind of magic has he got here? We'll figure out that magic in a sec. Just make some perspective up here. See, I don't know. Like a big old wizard hat. I don't know how goofy I want to make this guy. That's one thing I'm finding I'm struggling with this book is it's definitely a much cuter style than I normally work, but I find that I can hammer this stuff out faster, and for some reason it's more enjoyable. However, what's happening is I'm finding that this sort of stuff's happening where, like, look at his mouth, and he's got like the gap in the teeth that makes him look more childish and immature. But I mean, I guess that's fine. Not all the art has to be serious, right? I'm saving that for the monsters. And I'm still, like I already said with you guys, a lot of this is still, I have no idea what I'm doing just yet. Give him some glasses, maybe. Big old Harry Potter glasses. Make him bald with a beard and 2 cats, just like me. Alright, see how he looks with the beard. Looks ridiculous. What if we have glasses that kind of go up like over your head like goggles or something? Alright, let's try to figure out a hairstyle here. Okay, so is this a hero or villain? A hero. Like the slick back, sleazeball kind of hair on these magicians. Sorry, candle mongers or candle weavers. Candle weaver? That sounds good. Let's write it down. Candle weaver. Cool. I don't know exactly what the hell that means, but alright, we're gonna have like a shoulder pad, a cool looking shoulder pad. Oh, cool-ish looking shoulder pad. And we're going to drape a cape in that shoulder pad. So, if any of you guys have seen what's it called? Trailer Park Boys? You start to look like Bubbles. You have like giant eyes in here. Oh man. Alright, so one thing I like to do is, now that I'm starting to get somewhere with this guy, right? I have an idea where I want to go. He's a mage that uses candles to somehow use his powers. Now it's start to try to bring this costume together a bit. Let's try to find some elements that are going in there. So I have a lot of swooshy lines here. These got a cape and long hair. This kind of bubbly candle looking thing. He definitely needs a place. He needs like a giant thing of, where does he keep his candles, right? He's got to have a way to access those suckers. Going to any Comic Cons this year? Actually, I'm hoping to hit up the one in Toronto this year, Fan Expo, and that might be it. I might go to New York. I'm not sure. It costs a lot of money, so I'm still not sure if it's worth it just yet. I was actually talking to Will or Robson Inc. in the chat. We've been talking quite a while, becoming internet best friends, and just talking to him, talking to somebody else, that's into comics, not cool stuff. It just makes you think. It makes you ask certain questions that you don't normally ask your friends and stuff, right? So, cons are something I would very much like to, and something I should have already been getting into a long time ago. But there's a lot of reasons that I haven't. Most of them just being like a fear in a lot of regards, of not being ready, or I need X amount of things to even make it worth my while and stuff like that. So it seems like it's just kind of, I don't know. I was putting BS into my own head. As much as I like to talk about everybody should be doing comics, making comics, 100% agree. I've tried my best to. I definitely could be much better at it. But cons are where everybody goes that likes comics, right? So like, why am I not going to these? Am I going with a table? That I'm not sure. I am definitely going there to hope to have a specific pitch for Marvel, like a 3 to 5 page pitch for Marvel, and a 3 to 5 page pitch for, that's hard to say, page pitch, for DC, as well as IDW, and that'll be the Ninja Turtle one. But that one's actually going to be coming much faster. I'm hoping all of March will be dedicated towards that. Just depends when the con is for Will in the Europes. But as for Fan Expo, if I'll have my own table, I'm not 100% sure. If I can, I will. And by if I can, I mean if they're available and the cost isn't too high, I definitely will. What I'll be bringing, I'm not too sure just yet. It's still really early in the year. Maybe I'll get some more sketchbooks printed, or make a new sketchbook, or something. I need to check my local printers in the area to see what they can do. Because before I was ordering them from the States, and it's just brutal with shipping and stuff. So yes, hopefully I'll be going to at least one con this year. And there's actually one that's been opening up in Windsor, the Christmas convention in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. But that one doesn't have publishers there. It's sort of like a local independent scene. Alright, so this guy's got like a tote bag. Giant tote bag. We'll bulge it out. It's got a bunch of candles in it. That's where he keeps his candles. And we'll give it a whole bunch of buckles and belts and fun stuff. And I don't want to give him like baggy pants and wizard pants and stuff. I just want to give him maybe something tight here. We'll do 2 belts. Bring out the 90s. Maybe he'll be topless too. I don't know why, but it seems kind of cool. A little bit of a belly button. And I gave her MC Hammer pants. I don't know if I want to give him MC Hammer pants. We'll give him the tight pants. Maybe we'll have a... how's that going to look over there? Alright. So, let's try to figure some stuff we can put inside. I know Will said... was that a bandana? Let's see how that looks. Hmm. Kind of like, actually, you know what? As much as I like those eyes, we're getting rid of them. We're going with the bandana, except we're gonna make him like he's not, I guess, blind in a way. Maybe that's part of the trials and stuff. Using the candle as light, so you don't need to use your eyes. Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks for that idea. That's kind of like where I'm trying to go with a lot of this stuff is just using like things like that. Like Will just pointed out where it's, what about a bandana? And you know, at first it might be like, well, no, but you know, it could. It's idea generation, right? So it's definitely really cool. Like now we're getting somewhere. Candle weaver. What I'm trying to do here is just build like some story behind these. I might not ever use these characters, but I'll show you guys some of the, as it starts to play out, the world building that I'm doing for this stuff. And whether I use it for this or another project, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's all solid work. Candle weaver, bandana to cover eyes. Maybe there's sensitive to light from training. Let me just check the chat there for you guys. Drew is saying, I'm working on a chibi style book right now and I'm kind of slightly regretting it. I feel like the poses are super limited with small appendages and massive heads that limit good angles. I've definitely found that, especially with the heads, like looking up and down, and there's certain things. I am looking at a lot of anime and manga just to see what they do. As for the limbs, it's kind of freeing and not, but like if you look at my guy, he doesn't look like he's that chibi, I guess. The head kind of does, but like she looks more chibi style. I don't want to go that route. This girl right here is basically like a happy medium that I'll probably end up going with. Like her, and like I'm starting to refine the style myself. But I know what you're talking about with like the really small arms and legs. I think you can pull it off. It's just maybe just get a little more reference and just copy a lot of what other people are doing. Like the chibi style has been around like for a long time, so there's got to be a golden nugget in there somewhere. Yep, that's true all the way around. How's it going, Justin? Alright, so we're going to have this. Now, what else can we do here? Maybe, you know what, I'm going to do this. We're going to layer up the bandages. And I'm thinking we're going to throw some color on here too. Just the way it's flowing. All right, we need something else here. This isn't, it's too minimal, which is fine, but it needs something. Tattoos maybe. With the coloring, we can put like some sparkles or something kind of going on. Maybe the candle's got something cool to it. Candle has candles. I don't, like a totem candle or something. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like a cactus candle. The candle is his eye. See, now we're getting somewhere. Inkbot, like the disjoint between candle covering his eyes so he can't see. Cactar candle. Doing 9999999 points damage. The big wizard sleeves. I guess we'll go that way. Maybe, okay, so no, I don't want it on this side. I'm talking to myself here. Let me just fix my eraser. I want the softer one. Thank you. And the reason I don't want, any kind of clothing, baggy clothing anyway, on this side, because I think it'll look cool. Like when he's standing straight, his head will be here, and his body's like this with his hands. I just want like some shoulder pads here with like that kind of look. I don't want to say Cloud from Final Fantasy, like the one that you see Cloud all the time with his hair like that. But this look here is really, I don't know, it's really cool. I think I saw it on Pinterest or something the last couple of days. I just wanted to get it out of my head, copy it, rip it off. You know how it goes. Let's give him some funky, funky shoulder pads here. Like I said, I don't want Cloud, and all of a sudden the shoulder's starting to look like Cloud. Okay, let's get away from it. One thing I have noticed, I don't know if you guys have seen it too much in like character design, is you start doing opposites. So you've got all this cloth over here, and there's like no cloth here. So he's got his hair is parted to the left, not really much on the right. So he's got this flowing here. So instead of the boots all being the same, this one we should probably put some more attention on. I don't know what kind of boots we'll put on him. Maybe actual. Maybe it's like a legging that he's got. Alright, so he's got all those candles, and what else? He'll just ignite it when he wants. He doesn't need to. Cowboy hat. A cowboy hat? Cowboy hat, cowboy hat, cowboy hat. So these guys are from the west. Nah, fuck it. From the desert. We're gonna make up names. From the... start with a Z. From the Zola... not Zola, is that Zelda? Here, we'll do it this way. The Zola Desert. There we go. See, now we're just making world stuff. We're just making stuff from the Zola Desert. Cool. Now, let me just open up good old Google's, and let me know too, guys, if the music. I'm just gonna add some music here, just so it's not just me talking. I'm gonna lower it here. Let me know if that sounds really weird or anything, because I can turn it down in case there's like lag problems or something. That is a good question. Robson, or Will, is asking, now I notice you're putting a lot into all of these character costumes. Are thinking about having to draw them multiple times throughout your series? It's a very good question, and I am trying to be aware of it. And as complicated as these look, I'm confident in the ability to draw this. I don't feel like this is too much. Like, I'm okay with this kind of like fabric-y stuff, but if I started to go like, okay, this guy's got like a bajillion guns on him and it's all like this certain kind of tech, that I'll stay away from. And this kind of stuff I'm okay with. And it doesn't take me too long. So no, I'm not concerned, but I am trying to be aware of it. As much as it might not seem like it right now, I am being cautious about it. I am trying to be aware of it anyway. Push it to the limit. Alright, so what if he's got this bandana, but we put like some runes on it or something? Yeah, I like that. Alright, we gotta give this guy a cowboy hat. So let's take a look at our reference here. So it kind of goes up like this. Hats are tough, man. flip it here, just make sure I'm getting this side right. That doesn't look great at all. Just check out some better reference here. Alright, let's try this out. Let's flip it. Trying to base off the reference I got here. Okay, so we know where his hat's going to be. It falls right here. We're going to draw an ellipse to where the hat should be all around his head. But all up here it's folding up. I'm not 100% sold on it, but it's okay. We can worry about figuring out how to draw this stuff 100% some other time. Alright, so this gives us even more detail we can start throwing in if we wanted to, right? Like now we can put some stuff dangling from it. Make it look even more magical, mystical. Maybe we've got like a little friend up here. A little mouse or something. Little mouse. He's a wizard, right? So they need these little, like, what are they called? Familiars. This guy's some gnarly teeth. Alright, that's enough of that. So, let's just move this over. Get some tight pencils going here, and then we're gonna see if we can hammer through some coloring pretty quick. Don't feel too confident on that. Alright, so let's lower the opacity. And let's get to it. Do you use Manga Studio 5 for coloring? I love for everything else but coloring. Friend uses brushes kind of help, but I don't like to have to Photoshop feel. No, I don't use this for coloring. I do use Photoshop just because I'm used to it and the adjustment layers and stuff like that. But I hear the style of coloring that I end up doing with these guys, I can do in Manga Studio. So I should check it out. Fortunately, it won't be today with you guys. A goatee, or how do you look at the mustache? Kind of like the mustache. I don't know what it is with me and mustaches. I can't grow one at all. If I could grow one, I wonder if I would. Just be that guy, you know, with that. Ugh. And what I'm hoping this kind of shows you guys and girls is, in case you don't do this already, but like if you're thinking of like a comic project to start, or even actually character sketches that you do, is just making up little stories for them, and it'll actually, I find anyway, that it helps the sketch overall. Like if you're just drawing Spider-Man or something in the city, that's cool. That I don't know if that really applies, but if you're just drawing like a character of your own in your sketchbook, just to, you know, sketch for the night or the day or whatever, if you give like a little bit of context to it, like you could push it pretty far. And even if that character you don't end up using them anytime soon, as long as you keep like a little reference library or something where you could put all that information so you can dig back at it at some other time, I don't know, I find it infinitely helpful. Justin is asking, how do you make your pencils blue in Manga Studio 5? Okay, Justin, does your screen look like mine? Like on the right here, over the layers, I don't know if I had adjusted this, so I apologize, just let me know. On the right here, you should have something that says like your layers, and above it, it'll be like layer properties. Let me know if you have that. First time I had Manga Studio 5, I was so pissed off because I couldn't figure out how to turn the line art blue as well, so I feel your pain. It is? Okay, all you literally need to do is you see these three little squares in the layer property, just click it blue and it'll change it blue. And when you scroll down, you can actually change the color and all that stuff. You can also change the opacity, and if you want, you just click it again and it turns it off. You're welcome. Let me know if you figured it out. If not, I can help you again. Inkbot. How's it going, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. Updated a player's character from Pathfinder campaign. I'm gonna use an NPC and give him. It's a bit Photoshop, so I have no. It's a bit like Photoshop, so I have no clue. I'm guessing you mean after you're drawn it, right? Yeah. Yes. Alright, where are we going here? Sort of staying away from this hat. Let's draw this hair. Alright, should probably finish this arm here. Give him frayed ends. This guy just does not condition his hair. What a jerk. Alright, I'm just going to flip this over here and just draw a little bit this way for a little bit. So, any of you guys out there, or girls, you guys working on any personal projects at all? Oh, you are, Justin? What are you working on? Anything you wanna let everybody know about? Share all the good news. Do, do, do. Who else? So Ink is scripting in the scripting phase of one comic and got an idea for another. Awesome. Drew, yep, I randomly bought a tablet to Ottawa. Or what? Oh, right on. Sweet, dude. I mean, superhero detective. Oh man, that's great. I know you can put like a unique spin on it because you're gonna put your own experiences there and stuff. But that's awesome, man. That's like getting a different viewpoint, you know, a different thing. Like you usually don't see that kind of stuff. So more to you, brother. Scouts, how's you doing? I don't know, you're a new person, I haven't met you. Nice to meet you. I'm working on a mystery sci-fi comic. Still struggling with character design. Well, if there's anything I can help you out with, let me know. Character design it's tough. It is very tough. Like the script is one thing, right? But that iconic character, or you know, you want your character to look unique and stuff. It's a lot of stuff into that. Let's get this candle going. Okay. Let me just change the music up here. Is it too loud, or is it loud enough for you guys, or is it, you know? Let me know. I know some people that don't like to listen to music and stuff, but just helps me think, so I don't have to keep listening to myself all the time. What I'm going to do is an author. I was listening to some of his YouTube videos as well, and what he says he listens to is a lot of like. I've started doing it myself too, especially with script writing or you know, trying to flesh out plots for a story, or just doing what I'm doing right now. Just type in like epic music playlist, and it'll be like you guys might be able to hear it. Well, hopefully you can. And it'll just be like bands like Two Steps from Hell and stuff like that. Just cool stuff. Actually, we're gonna do the Two Steps from Hell playlist. 3 hours of it. Holy hell. I'll listen to this one. Hopefully there's no ad in the beginning. Of course there's an ad. It's Facebook. Or YouTube, sorry. Alright, let's get that cool music going. Yeah, it was definitely Black Label Society, yep. I have one person that said they wanted a commission from me. They said that they would email me soon, so we'll see if it turns into anything. So yeah, let me know if it's too loud or whatever, guys. Just there's no lyrics in this stuff, so this is much easier to draw to. Do you make decent money on YouTube videos? Right now I make about, if I'm lucky, like I haven't been, oh jeez, that got real loud. I haven't had a lot of videos, you guys probably know if you're following me on YouTube. But the videos have been pretty slow. I find if you do at least right now with the subscribers I have anyway, if I can do 2 videos a week, I can get about $100 a month. So you need quite a bit of subscribers and views, I think, to get some solid turnaround time on that stuff. But in saying that, I think it's definitely worth monetizing. Like, if you're putting stuff online, you may as well. I don't see what the downside is. Most people are accustomed to having ads play during or at the beginning of YouTube videos nowadays anyway. I remember at the beginning of this channel, the option's always there, but I always felt like a scumbag if I was monetizing it. And I was waiting until I had a certain amount of viewers, and I had no idea what that certain amount was. But now that I'm at where I'm at right now, and hopefully we can just keep getting it bigger and having it more fun and stuff. You know, and I'm getting money too, so it's not like I'm not getting stacks. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm not getting fat stacks. But I am getting money, which means that it funnels itself back into this, so it is worthwhile to do this stuff, for me. And it's taken a while, and now if you were going to get into it, the more work you put into it now, the sooner, obviously, it'll start paying off. So, don't wait, act today. Yeah, and that's the thing, too, like, ad blocker, I think that actually takes away from people like me or anybody else that's trying to make money on the videos. I can't confirm or deny that. I haven't actually looked at that stuff. So I would assume I do lose money from people that use ad blocker. But I know a lot of people use it, and a lot of people... I think it's pretty 50-50. Like, I don't use it myself. Probably should, but like, that 5 seconds or just skip the video, I don't know. Nope, this is a pencil. I know it does look kind of markerish. No, not really. No. It doesn't cost me anything to do what I'm doing right now for LiveStream. I think it only costs you if you want like a... I don't know, I'll just say a professional channel. I don't know exactly what that means, but I don't make any money off LiveStream. I haven't really looked into it to see if there's like a monetize button like there is on YouTube. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm actually going to write that down there to see There's got to be a way to monetize and all this stuff, right? Like LiveStream and everybody, they all make money off people like us that do this. You know, we are their TV stations, right? So if I have to spend money to have a subscription to make money on here, I might actually try it just as like an experiment, right? See what happens. What's that Manga Studio 4 pencil's really light, I find. Yeah, like I can't, you know me already, man. I can't stand Manga Studio 4's pencil. I know a lot of people, they don't mind it. I can't stand it. Just can't do it. Here's the settings for those that are kind of interested. I'm using a mechanical pencil. Brush size is 0.15. I'm zoomed in to 150% right now. I have no idea what this hardness means. Okay, whatever, 100%. Brush density is 100. Again, stabilization 4. Whatever that means, I have no idea. Oh, you're making, what is that? You're making a mage? Oh, no, I'm not, no. Sorry. Okay, so Inksang kind of struggling with the design of a character he's making. It's a mage, and he's undecided if he wants him to be the classic old man style. I'm assuming like a Gandalf, or mage apprentice, or something more. I forgot to clear what I wrote. It's tough, man. Like, the only thing I could recommend doing if you haven't yet is just, I'm really getting into Pinterest, not posting stuff, but just typing in fantasy, or in your case, mage or wizard, and just see what other people are coming up with. It's not bad to swipe things, but if you're looking there just for like inspiration, you're piecing it together for like a costume, you're gonna have your own style of drawing, right? You're not going to. I wouldn't copy 100%, especially when you're doing stuff like that. But that might help give you some ideas, because like the other thing too is try to think of it a little bit different. So like, if I don't know if you're here while I was doing this, and I'm not trying to say my way is the right way or anything like that, but what I'm trying to think of is just what else can we do that's, I'll say not done before, but that's just not like what you would expect, I guess, in a mage. And I understand that mages, they have magic, they wield magic, which is fine. You can use that stuff. That's the stuff that people be familiar with. But unless you want like a Gandalf character or something like that, or if what you're saying is you just can't decide if you want to be like a young apprentice or a wizard, that's probably a different line of questions there than what I'm trying to answer. Give this cowboy some spurs too. Alright, so I think he's done. Just turn the layer off underneath them. Alright, the last thing we're going to do here is just add like a quick line weight to them. And we'll go into Photoshop and do some color. So this right here is our light source. So when you're worrying about line weights, whatever is opposite the light source, that's where you darken up the lines. Okay, so right here, all under here is being hit by light. Right in here it wouldn't be because it's folding up over the nose. All in here would be darker. And then this is kind of getting away from it. Love where he has no mouth, it's just teeth sticking out. It's purely a visual issue. The character will not act like a prototypical wizard character like a Gandalf. Yeah, Drew's. I think he is hitting it on the head, 100%. Go for story. Go for clarity. Compromise on the beard if you have to, if it's just like a traditional wizard or something. Let's try to. No, don't worry about me. If you got a voice, say it loudly, say it proudly. Your guys' opinion is no different than mine. It's not better, it's not worse. It's all equal. Alright, see, okay, so here's one thing. When I was doing the cape here, this is the very first line that I started on the cape, was this one, and I beat it up a little bit there. And then as I was worrying about the folds and stuff, I forgot about that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over it. Just erase some lines like that, and then actually add in some rips and tears. I do this all the time. I don't know if you guys do that or not. That's right, always learning. Everybody's got something worthwhile to say. A whole bunch of bandages or something here. I'm gonna get too crazy with this stuff. Alright, so he's looking good. We're gonna need a name. Let's add some line weight here. Now normally I'll have a name in mind already. But let's put our signature on her. Filling in black with the bucket leaves little edges. Am I supposed to ink with anti-alias off? Or try it off and see what happens. Sometimes I found in Manga Studio 4, I don't know about 5, I haven't really messed around with it, but you have to play with like the fill settings. It's, I don't know, it's kind of shitty. It's not as Photoshop, again, takes the cake on that, but once you figure out the setting that you need, it's pretty cut and dry. So yeah, really quickly, what I was going to say for this was a lot of the time when I'm coming up with a character like this, usually I'll have a name in mind, or I'll just make something up. Like I'm sure most of us do. But one of my secrets, I feel so lame calling it that, is some ears. I should probably get some ears. Is I'll just load up. I should actually buy one, to be honest with you. Is thesaurus.com, or if you have a thesaurus, grab that, and then look up words that are relatable to the character, right? So let's do that right now. Let's punch up. All right. So here's the cowboy hat. We were looking up before. So let's try to spell thesaurus right. I always spell it wrong. Thank God I have it saved in here. Horrible at spelling. 8 ways to say yes. All right, so he's a cowboy, but he's not. He's a candle weaver, but he's also in the like he's a cowboy-esque, I guess. So, what's some other stuff that's in the desert, like dust and stuff? Like dust sounds kind of cool, but it, maybe nah. What's with a candle? Like a wick? Candle wick? Wick would be a kind of cool name. Wick. Wick, actually, I might just do that. Candle wick. Wick. Wick it is. It just flows better. Let me make sure I spell it. Candle wick. Right, let's type in wick and see if there's anything else, just in case. Did you mean whack? No. No thesaurus results, really. Candle. Let's see what we get for candle before we settle on wick. Wick sounds like a, you know, somebody that hasn't really been around, like an apprentice kind of thing. Torch, rushlight. Look at these hotties down here. View singles in Windsor. Oh, buddy. Check. No, we don't want check. Light. Here we go. Light. See, here we go. Ray. That's like a normal name. Morning Star. Morning Star. Now we're getting into the Western stuff. Wickstar. Wickster. 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 Wicksplendor. Torch. Sparkle. That's his name. Sparkle. Wild Wick. Wicked. Hey man, just looking for to name a character here. You'll see him in a second. He's like he's a like a wizard, but here, J-Rex, my brother, guys, Jason. I told you guys check out his magic site earlier. If you guys like Magic the Gathering, again, that's mtgblogger.com. Check it out, it's all the business. But we got this guy right here, and what he does is he's got all these bags full of candles, and he uses the candles to use magic. And he's got this blindfold on him because, well, he can't stare at the light. All of his training is like burnt out his eyes, and he's got a little mouse with him. So Wick sounded like a cool name. There he goes, plugging away. You guys check out his site. So what I'm looking for is, just in case, like Wick seems really good, but sometimes this other stuff we can play on it. Glint. Glint actually sounds glint. I think that's the name. I think we're going with glint. Alright, found it. Cool. That just flows off. It's like wax and snuggle. Wax. Wax is actually another. Fucking wax. Glint. Wick. Wax. Well, mouse does need a name. Actually, Snuggles is getting, like, I love Snuggles. Snuggles is good. Yeah, I'm thinking that's exactly glint and wax. That flows much better. But the way we're gonna do it is the mouse's name is Glint. Because it makes him sound like a whoops, bigger tough guy than he actually is. Glint. And we'll throw the and down here. Glint and wax. Cool. Alright, so there we go. Glint West. Oh god, that's too good. Alright, so we're gonna save her up. Just let me export this. We're gonna load Photoshop. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna do some quick color in here. Export as a single layered. Oh, that's right. Photoshop. Glint and wax. Thanks everybody for the help on that one. Alright, sketchbook, Guildborn, sketchbook. No, that's not where we want to go. We want to go to Guildborn, characters, unnamed. We got a name for this guy, so we need to make a new folder. glint and wax, and we'll call it lines. Savey. Yeah, it's gonna be huge. Okay, so while that's rendering, my computer's just chugging along. I'm not feeling this music. We need something to punch me in the face with this stuff here. Alright, okay. Slow down, computer. Dang. I think this is a 600 DPI file, so that's why it's chugging. And the actual image I'm using is so small on it that it's a waste of space. And my computer's dying. Is it done? Oh, jeez. Welcome back to the non-lag. God. Alright, it should... No, there's still some lag, looks like. Alright. First things first. Let's get some new tunes. Then we're going to do some coloring. Alright, so let's close this up here. Get some resources back. Please close. Just die. Love it. Manga Studio not responding. Delicious. Oh, holy hell. Okay. Actually, I know what I want to listen to here. Sorry, I know you guys don't care what I want to listen to. But I was listening to it for a while. Was the World of Warcraft Frozen Throne? Man, I apologize guys for this chugginess. We'll get some colors in a second, promise. Alright, Groove Shark. World of Warcraft. It wasn't the Frozen Throne, I got that wrong. It's Wrath of the Lich King, that's what it is. Wrath of the Lich King. Whatever, play all. Wasting time with this stuff. Yeah, really, I should have just cut and paste for frick's sake. That was just brutal. Alright, Photoshop's opening. Jesus H. Okay. So let's open up that giant file. Okay, so all of that, and all I need is this little section right here. Alright, so we're going to go image, crop. Okay, for those of you that don't know this little trick, if you got 2 or 3 monitors going on, you can have your one file here, and then I'm going to go window arrange, new window lines. Can make a second one here, and this one I'm just going to put on my second monitor because the color is better on that. I use the, for those of you that know and don't know, I guess, the Cintiq, the small one, the color is not so hot, so it's nice to be able to just throw that over. That's one thing that Manga Studio 5 does fix. Manga Studio 4, there is a way around it, but it's kind of balls. Alright, so what the next thing I like to do is this right here. Let me just bring this over here. And what it is it's a color palette generator, which is real sweet. Look at that lag, can't even keep up with all this stuff. So it's called cssdrive.com, and you can upload a file, you can enter a URL, whatever you want. Now, the next step that I like to do is find something that might, who the hell is this? Something that might be cool with this sort of thing. So Wild West kind of looking stuff. So Western. Apologize if any prawn shows up. And what I'm looking for are like some really cool colors to use, you know. Here, I'm just gonna do this safe search. Yeah, just in case, because this is going up to YouTube. Like something like this is kind of getting cool. We're getting into some reds and oranges and blue. I'm just gonna stop right there. Just keep checking first. All these golds and browns are really good. This kind of stuff's actually pretty cool, like a painting, because it's got a bunch of different colors going on. And this guy's kind of got some action. Some white and black with that back there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. So what we do is just, you know, get your image, and you just copy it, and you paste it into the URL. Oh man, I can't even see. Paste. Get palette, and what it's going to do is, there you go. So this is the complete color palette that's in there that it can tell. If you want a darker one or a medium color palette, lighter, it's all cool. And then all I do from here, just hit our friend print screen, go back to Photoshop, wherever the window is for that, and then I'll just paste it right on top here. Oh, that lag. Cut that out. No. And just so you guys can actually see what's going on, I'm just gonna make a new window so we can paste the color palette in there. And I apologize if I'm like speaking like a robot. The lag should slow down a bit. Yeesh. Alright, so got our line art layer. We're going to change that to multiply. So what that does is anything we put underneath it is good to go. And I like to put like a really light gray fillet. That way, as I'm putting color in here, I can see if I'm missing things. So first things first, I like to pick like a bluish, I'm just move this over so you can see it, like a bluish purple, you know, around here. I'm gonna get a little more blue in there for the shadow. Alright, let's get our brush here. And I'm just gonna save this here, save as. Color. Okay, so let's start putting in our shadows here. Shadow and our light. So obviously this big guy here is our light source. And this is where actually working with, remember when I showed you guys how to, where I was putting the line weights? This is where this sort of stuff actually comes in big time, because you're kind of doing the work already for yourself. You know where a lot of that should go. And I will use a lasso from time to time just to get some cool organic shapes in there. Now, one thing I want to point out, that this is supposed to be fun time. I'm not trying to do final rendered drawings here, right? This is just a concept design that might get used, so it's best not to, in situations like this, get too caught up on making everything look perfect. If this is for like yourself or a client, that's a little different. Lasso tool's real sweet too with for hair. And the reason why we're doing like a separate shadow layer is once I fill in the flats, and if you don't know what the flats are, those are the colors that certain things would be, like his skin color, his costume colors and stuff. Once you put this layer on like a multiply, sometimes you can just change the opacity and it kind of harmonizes the colors a little bit. Makes them all look like they work a little bit better together when the shadow's the same color. Same actually works with the highlight too, but I won't be doing the highlights for this. So here I'm just going to put, okay, so this is obviously in shadow up here, the top of his hat. Or this little dip back here. But we're going to do a cast shadow as well, so this hat is casting a light up. So it's going to hit the object behind it. And his little buddy's probably going to get hit too. I'm going to put all of this in shadow. Hey, Jessup. Little bandana to cast a shadow up to. Almost done. Sorry, what's that? Oh, sorry, I thought somebody was asking me something. Alright, so the shadow work's done here. Just so you guys can see him a little bit better. Alright, so we got all the shadow going there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is... Actually, I lied. A little bit more shadow on the actual candle itself. All right, so can you guys hear me now? I just noticed that my mic was on mute. I have no idea how it happened there, so I don't know if I just turned that on or if if it's been off for a while. So if it's been off for a while, I apologize. Okay, cool. So we got all the skin color. Alright, let's get his hair going. Alright, let's get these. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap up this video for now. But once I put this mustache in, I just want to show you guys how it looks with the shadows put in. Touch up the areas there. So this would be basically what you would do is you would just start putting in your colors and stuff, and as soon as I turn the shadow on, it starts to harmonize all those colors right away. Now what you can do too is, like, if you find that's too hard, right, you can always like lower the opacity so it's not as crazy town, and you can also go up to image adjustment, hue saturation, and actually just start sliding around the hue. If you want maybe like a red, like this kind of color, I actually don't mind. 106. You can go the other way, make it green and stuff like that. So it's just really cool stuff to make your art look a little different. But anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you guys appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you forgot or if you just showed up a little bit later, feel free to stop by. Hopefully, this stream will be every Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have no idea what time that is, it's an hour and a half from now. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you stuck all the way through, props. Hopefully we can catch you guys in some of the live streams themselves. So again, thank you guys again for watching. Take care, keep reading comics, keep making comics, and I'll talk to you soon.